Yeah. This video is about facts in horsemanship. What do I mean when I say it's a fact that you see with your own eyes? There is nothing to talk about when it comes for facts in horsemanship. A lot of people want to argue or discuss some things in horsemanship even though it's a fact you saw with your own eyes or you experienced personally or you showed people. If I say this car is black, come and see, it's a fact that you can see with your own eyes unless you have problems in your eyes. So a fact is something that you see or saw and can show people. So there is no point in arguing or discussing a fact. A lot of people in horsemanship want to argue or discuss something with you even though you believe it's a fact, not an opinion. It's not an opinion that you believe. You could be right, you could be wrong. It's not something that you think. It's not something you just believe in, like religion, for example, or stories in history or whatever. It's a fact you saw. So when you don't want to argue or discuss, it's not about, let's say, being mean to people or being hot or hard head, whatever you want to call it. It's about being totally convinced in a fact that you saw. Now, if someone else thinks that this fact is an opinion, it's up to them. Someone thinks that the car I saw was not black, it's red. He did not see it, he thinks it's red. I saw it. I'm not going to discuss the color of that car with him when he thinks it's a red color or a red car as an opinion or as a belief, but he did not see it, and I saw it. It makes no sense to argue with someone when you believe it or think it's right, and the other side knows what he's saying because he saw it. To discuss something in horsemanship or other stuff in life, it must be an opinion. I have an opinion, you have an opinion, you should convince me, I should convince you. I have a belief, you have a belief, but there is no real proof, like for example in religion, and we want to discuss it or convince each other. Convince me if I'm wrong, or let me convince you if you are wrong. In horsemanship, for example, when I say, as an example, it's impossible to control the horse by depending on the tools or the equipments. So it's impossible to say that the horse halted smoothly and easily, or the horse moved back smoothly and easily, or you controlled the horse in front of mares and stallions easily and smoothly because of the bit or the tools. It's impossible. How is it impossible, or how is that a fact? Because you try it, I try it, someone else tried it, we tried it in the past, we will try it in the future. You cannot control the same exact horse with the same exact equipments if you are a horse rider. So you ride a horse, you control him, you get a result. I tried to achieve the same exact thing you achieved with the same exact horse, the same exact equipment. I was not able to. You come and ride or lead my horse and get a much better result than I got, even though it's the same horse, the same exact situation, and the same exact equipments and tools. So it's not an opinion, it's not a belief, it's a fact I saw, it's a fact I can show people if they want to see it. Same horse, same result. Snaffle, pin him. Bit, or just a halter. Same horse, same exact situation. If a bad rider rides him, after a couple of weeks or months, the result itself will completely change. There is no opinion about a fact you saw. So when someone wants to discuss that or argue with you about that, of course you will say no, or you will not give him a chance to do that, or refuse to do that. Not because you're being a hot, hard head, you're just being logical. Logically, I cannot argue or discuss a fact with someone who thinks that this fact is an opinion. Okay, how can he believe it's an opinion when it's a fact? Because he did not see it, because he did not experience it, because I did not show it to him according to him. So when I show it to him and he still insists about his opinion, it's not being stupid anymore. It's not about being, let's say, a beginner in horsemanship anymore. It's about lying. The person in front of you is not being honest. Maybe he's a decent person, but at the end, he's not being honest with you on this matter or this subject. Because I showed you. For example, a lot of horsemen say it's impossible, for example, to control the horse when he spooks If you say, for example, I will control an Arabian horse bareback, without a martingale, without spurs, without a whip, without a saddle, without lunging, I will totally control him when he totally spooks with my finger. I will direct the horse, stop the horse, and move him back easily. 90%, or let's say 9 out of 10 horsemen experts will say it's impossible. Show us. Prove it. Don't talk the talk, walk the walk. When you show it to them, the 9 out of 10, let's say 7 out of the 9 or 6 out of the 9 will not admit that you showed them and that they were wrong and you were right. Well, they will actually say you used strength. This is abuse. You're doing something wrong. You did not control the horse in the right way. Okay, in the first place, why did you say it's impossible to control him anyways? They did not say do it in the right way. They did not say do it in a smooth, soft, gentle, civilized way. They said it's impossible to achieve. It's impossible that you can do that. Because they believed it's impossible. When you showed them that, they did not want to admit it. They tried to find some excuses. It's painful for the horse, it's about abusing the horse, it's mentally not good for the horse or whatever. It's not good for the health of the horse or the body of the horse. So they switch and find exits, excuses. If they say it in the beginning, okay, it makes some sense. But it makes no sense at all when you say it after you said it's impossible. So number one, you said it's impossible to achieve. Why? Admit that you were wrong, and I will answer the other let's say, exits or excuses you used. If you did not answer the first question, you are dealing with a liar, and it's a waste of time for you and for him to keep arguing or discussing. If he says, okay, I was wrong, now prove to me that what you did is done in the right way, not in the wrong way. Okay. If you say it's done in the wrong way, what does wrong mean in this case? When you say you controlled the horse in a wrong way, you controlled, total control, real control. You stop the horse easily and move him back and control his direction in any situation. In front of mares, in front of stallions, when he spooks, when he wants to bolt, with other horses, when he's alone, at night, in the morning. And they still you say you did it in a wrong way. Okay, what does wrong mean? For example, some of them will say you used strength, which means you are strong, so you controlled the horse because of your muscles, for example. You're a strong rider. That's an option. In their eyes, it's an option. Or they will say the tools controlled the horse for you. For example, they will say the bit controlled the horse for you. There are no other options. If they say it's about using strength, either it's your strength, your power as a rider, or the tools and the equipments. The answer is simple, and it's a fact, not an opinion. If it's about being strong, this rider and that rider and that rider and these riders are much stronger than me, and they did not get half the result I got with the same exact horse in the same exact situation. End of discussion. Done. Check. If they say it's the equipment or the tool or the bit, I get the same exact result with any bit you choose, because I already got the same exact result with the snaffle bit before putting the pilham bit, for example, or the curb bit. And I got the same exact result with the halter before bitting the horse or bridling the horse and putting the bit in his mouth. And it's not just an opinion or something I say, it's a fact that you see in a video. The same exact horse who gave me the same exact result has a video with the snaffle bit a couple of years back, and he gave me the same result. And before that, a couple of videos, he gave me the same result with the halter. End of discussion. So if they say you controlled him by using strength, you answered them with facts. Stronger riders and stronger equipments were not able to achieve what I achieved. And you can say a bad rider can ride the horse with a knife. Put a knife in his mouth, you will not be able to get the same result that a child who rides in a good way gets with the same exact horse. So a child on the same exact horse with the same exact bit totally controls the horse. You ride the same exact horse in the same exact place or situation with any bit you want, even a knife in his mouth. You don't get the same result. In fact, you can see with your own eyes. So their opinion, what they said, is a lie, and I proved it with a fact, with a video you see with your own eyes. The final exit, when I say exit, I mean an excuse. They used an exit to get away from the discussion. If you want to discuss it, I'm against discussions in horsemanship. They could say it's bad for the horse, mentally or physically. Bad for his health, his legs, or his mental status. Very simple. Prove it to me. If he's mentally, let's say, affected by it, why does my horse like me and love me and wants to be with me more than your horse? Why is his relationship with me much better than your relationship with your own horse? And if it's physically harmful for the horse or affected the horse physically, why is my horse physically more fit than your horse, more healthy or healthier than your horse? When I say me and you, I'm not talking about you and me. I'm just giving examples. So it's not personal. I'm just giving you my opinions. I'm just speaking in a common, general ways. Not about some riders or me. It's about general information in horsemanship, in my opinion. So if it's affected, or if it affected the horse, or if it's very, let's say, negative for the horse, or if it has a negative affection on the horse, prove it with effect, physically or mentally. The horses who are controlled in this way of riding are much better than the other horses. The fact that you can see. How is he mentally better? His relationship with his own rider is much better than your relationship with your own rider. That's something that anyone can see in a video. And physically, it's in front of you. Look at the legs, the joints, the tendons, the back, the neck, the muscles, the health, the breath, his way of breathing. So 90% of horse people in some very, let's say, tough situations or tough exams or tests, whatever you want to call it, deny it's going to happen, deny that you are going to achieve this result that you want to achieve. If you proved it, they completely switch from denying it to finding excuses for not doing it. If you want to discuss, it's very simple. First of all, prove to me that you can do it. Then we will discuss if it's bad or wrong. First of all, you said it's impossible. I proved that I can do it. Now do it like I did it. He will find the excuses and will say, I can do it, but I don't want to do it. So he's lying to you. Okay, let's say or talk with him or them about why don't they want to do it. They will give you the excuses I just told you. All the answers are facts. I keep telling myself that, or I kept telling myself that for a long time or for a couple of years. Discussions in horsemanship is like discussing a wall or having a discussion with a wall or a car. It's completely a waste of time, or a complete waste of time, because you are arguing with someone who believes something or thinks something or has an opinion about a fact. To you it's a fact, to him it's an opinion. It's a car you saw and it's a black color. It's a black color you saw, so it's a fact. A black car you saw, it's a fact. He did not see the car and he believes it's red or yellow, and he wants to discuss the color of that car with you. Of course I will say no, and I'm not being an idiot. I'm just being logical in this case. That's my opinion about controlling the horse in very tough situations, and how a lot of riders will deny it's going to happen, and when it happens they find a lot of excuses, and these or those excuses with time became, let's say, styles or ways of riding or opinions that can be given to beginners who will believe these opinions or these lies and will say it to other beginners, and with time it became something that, let's say, it became a general common information that horse people believe and horse people give to other beginners in the horse's world. But the fact is, these information are the complete opposite of the truth. What is the proof? The horse. In football, for example, basketball, baseball, or whatever, it's not about, let's say, writing stuff in a paper. It's not about studying. It's not about what the teacher tells you. It's about the results. If a very good player plays in a very good way, every team in the world wants to buy him. Even if, let's say, someone in the media or a trainer, for example, said that this player is bad. It doesn't matter what you say as an opinion. We saw what he can do, we want him. Same goes for horses. Writing is simple. Commenting is very simple. Texting is simple. Making books, very simple. Standing next to a horse and talking about things and say that science said this or that is simple. Finding excuses for your, let's say, mistakes that you've faced or had with your horses is simple. Proving what you are saying by using your horse, like using your horse as a proof in leading or in riding, is very tough. All horse people walk the walk. More than 90% of them, all horse people talk the talk. More than 90% of them will not walk the walk. In my opinion, walk the walk, then talk the talk, and if they say walk the walk, you will do it again, because I already walked the walk before talking the talk, so here you go. I will walk the walk. Oh yeah.